Sawubona mngani. Welcome back to Zulu Lessons with Thando, the place for modern conversational Zulu language lessons. This is our last video on the family member series. If you've missed the first two lessons, please stop this one and click on the link above so you can catch up. Today we will finish up the extended family members lesson. Remember, there is no extended family in Zulu culture. However, we are using the term for the sake of your understanding. We'll start with vocabulary. Great-grandfather and great-grandmother is ukhokho. Ukhokho. All your ancestors and forefathers. Okhokho, plural. Okhokho. So your great-uncle, your great-aunt, ukhokho. Your grandfather, remember, is umkhulu. Your grandmother is ugogo. A brother-in-law is usbali. Usbali. A sister-in-law is umlamu. Umlamu. That is the correct term, however, it's not commonly used. The commonly used word is uskwiza. Uskwiza. A husband is umyeni. Umyeni. So my husband, I would say umyeni wami. Your husband, umyeni wakho. Their husband, umyeni wabo. Wife is unkosikazi. Unkosikazi. Let's break that one down. Nkosi means king, and kazi is to feminize the word king. So unkosikazi is then a queen. Or you could use the word umkami. Umkami, which means my wife. Umkakhe. Umkakhe, which means his wife. Umkakho. Umkakho, which means your wife. A cousin is umzala. Umzala. Your cousin's wife is usbali. Usbali. And your cousin's husband as well is usbali. Your niece and your nephew are umshana. Umshana. Plural would be abashana. Abashana. A daughter-in-law is umalokazana. Umalokazana. However, it's not commonly used in big cities. You would hear people say umakoti. Umakoti. A son-in-law is umkhwenyana. Umkhwenyana. A grandson or granddaughter, umzukulu. Umzukulu. A great-grandchild is umzukulwana. Umzukulwana. Your wife's mother is umkhwekazi. Umkhwekazi. Your wife's father is umkhwe. Umkhwe. Husband's mother is mamezala. Mamezala. Husband's father is babezala. Babezala. So your daughter-in-law's parents and your son-in-law's parents, you would refer to each other as abalingani. Abalingani, that is plural, meaning equals. Singular, you would say umlingani. Umlingani. So my mother would refer to my husband's parents as abalingani bakhe. Here equals abalingani bakhe. To get married is ukushada. Ukushada. To be married, you say ushadile. Ushadile. A marriage is umshado. Umshado. And also the marriage ceremony is also referred to as umshado. To get married into a family is ukushadela. Ukushadela. To divorce is ukuhlukana. Ukuhlukana. The word ukuhlukana also means to separate. To end the marriage is ukuchitha umshado. Ukuchitha umshado. We've spoken about the word ukuchitha in previous lessons. Ukuchitha means to pour out. but in this context means to the end of something, so the end of a marriage. Another commonly used term, especially by elderly folk, is ukudabula iphepha. Ukudabula iphepha, to tear the marriage certificate. Ukudabula iphepha. And this used to happen a lot, where people would go and get married and sign a marriage document, and then they would tear the paper. However, they haven't actually gone to court or followed any legal proceedings to end the marriage. So all they've done is torn the paper. And as far as they are concerned, they have ended that marriage because they've spoken to their families on either side and they've agreed that they are ending the marriage. So as far as they're concerned, they've ended it. And then you find out much later that, oh wait, I'm still married legally to this person, because you haven't actually followed the legal steps to end the marriage. Ukudivorca. Ukudivorca. That is to divorce, which is borrowed from English. This time I thought I'd use the family tree of Joseph in the Bible to help us put the vocabulary into sentences. The people's names that we are going to use are of course not in Zulu. In the Zulu Bible, we would find the names translated into Zulu. For example, Joseph is uJosefa, Jacob is uJakobe, and Isaac is uIsaka. However, we are not going to do that for the sake of this lesson. We will just use their names as they appear in the original language, and of course I will butcher them because they are not familiar to me. Some of the pronouns to help us to understand the sentences I'm going to make are wakhe, wakhe, which means his or his. Wakhe, as in umyeni wakhe, her husband. Bakhe is plural. For example, abalingani bakhe. Abalingani bakhe, her equals or her child's in-laws. Wa or ka is off. Wa or ka. So if you're saying umyeni wami, the wa is referring to off and the mi is referring to myself. So wami, of myself. So umyeni wami, my husband. Ba is off in plural. Ba. Ba is off and the ke is his or his. Ba ke. So here is Joseph's family tree. And of course I'm not going to go through his whole family tree in its entirety all the way to Jesus. I'm just going to touch on the few generations so that it helps us to understand our family structure as it is today, and then you'll be able to use the vocabulary in your daily life. Okhokho ba Joseph u-Abraham no Sarah. Okhokho ba Joseph u-Abraham no Sarah. Joseph's great-grandparents are Abraham and Sarah. Umkhulu ka Joseph u-Isaac. Umkhulu ka Joseph u-Isaac. Joseph's grandfather is Isaac. URebecca ugogo ka Joseph. Rebecca ugogo ka Joseph. Rebecca is Joseph's grandmother. Isaac no Rebecca bashadile. Isaac no Rebecca bashadile. So Isaac and Rebecca are married. Esau ubaba omdala ka Joseph. Esau ubaba omdala ka Joseph. Esau is Joseph's uncle. Jacob ubaba ka Joseph. Jacob ubaba ka Joseph. Jacob is Joseph's father. Esau unamakhosikazi amathathu. Esau unamakhosikazi amathathu. Esau has 3 wives. Amakhosikazi. So we said unkosikazi, singular, unkosikazi, 1 wife. Amakhosikazi, that's plural, wives, amakhosikazi. Amakhosikazi ka Jacob, uLeah, no Zilpah, no Bilhah, kanye no Rachel. Amakhosikazi ka Jacob, uLeah, no Zilpah, no Bilhah, kanye no-Rachel. Jacob's wives are Leah, Zilpah, Bilhah, and Rachel. We could also say Joseph's mothers are Leah, Zilpah, Bilhah, and Rachel. Omama ba Joseph uLeah, no Zilpah, no Bilhah, kanye no Rachel. Omama ba Joseph uLeah, no Zilpah, no Bilhah, kanye no Rachel. UBethuel umkhwe ka-Isaac. UBethuel umkhwe ka-Isaac. Bethuel is Isaac's father-in-law. Umkhwe kaJacob uLaban. Umkhwe kaJacob uLaban. Jacob's father-in-law is Laban. Ngithemba ukuthi uRebecca wayengumamezala olungile, obaphethe kahle omakoti bakhe. Ngithemba ukuthi uRebecca wayengumamezala olungile, obaphatha kahle omakoti bakhe. I hope Rebecca was a good mother-in-law who treated her daughters-in-law well. UJoseph nabafowabo nodadewabo abazukulwana baSara noAbraham. UJoseph nabafowabo nodadewabo abazukulwana baSara noAbraham. Joseph and his brothers and sister are Sarah and Abraham's great-grandchildren. Now, as you see here, we said brothers and sisters because there are no step-brothers and step-sisters or half-brothers and half-sisters in Zulu culture. So we don't even have the vocabulary for it. So your half-siblings are your sister and your brother, your siblings. Unkosikazi kaJoseph uAsenath. Unkosikazi kaJoseph uAsenath. Joseph's wife is Asenath. Bashada eGibhithe. Bashada eGibhithe. They got married in Egypt. UAsenath umalokazana kaRachel noJacob. UAsenath umalokazana kaRachel noJacob. UAsenath umalokazana kaRachel noJacob. Asenath is Rachel and Jacob's daughter-in-law. UAsenath unkosikazi kaJoseph. UAsenath unkosikazi kaJoseph. Asenath is Joseph's wife. Uskwiza kaDina uAsenath. Uskwiza kaDina uAsenath. Uskwiza kaDina uAsenath. We could also use the correct or formal term and say umlamu kaDina uAsenath. Umlamu kaDina uAsenath. Dinah is Asenath's sister-in-law. UJoseph unabafowabo abawu 11 nosisi oyedwa. UJoseph unabafowabo abawu 11 nosisi oyedwa. Or we could say the numbers in Zulu and say uJoseph unabafowabo abayishumi nanye nosisi oyedwa. Joseph has 11 brothers and 1 sister. UJacob umkhwenyana olungile ngoba mina ngangizohlukana noLeah uma sengibonile ukuthi akusiyena lo ebengifuna ukushada naye. UJacob umkhwenyana olungile ngoba mina ngangizohlukana noLeah uma sengibonile ukuthi akusiyena lo ebengifuna ukushada naye. UJacob umkhwenyana olungile. Jacob is a good son-in-law ngoba mina ngangizohlukana noLeah because I would have divorced Leah uma sengibonile ukuthi akusiyena lo ebengifuna ukumshada, after seeing that she's not the one I wanted to marry. Go read the story for yourself. Umlingani kaRebecca noIsaac uLaban. Umlingani kaRebecca noIsaac uLaban. Since Rebecca and Isaac's child is married to Laban's child, they are equals, abalingani. Now to recap our lesson, ugogo nomkhulu, the parents of your grandparent. Umkhulu, the father of your father or mother. Ugogo, the mother of your father or mother. Abazukulu, plural, the children of your children. Umzukulu, singular, the child of your child. Umzukulwana, the children of your grandchildren. Umzukulwana. Ukhokho, the father or mother of your grandparents. Umzala, the child of your aunt or uncle. Umzala. Umshana, the child of your brother or sister. Ubabezala, the father of your husband. Umamezala, the mother of your husband. Umkhwenyana, the husband of your daughter. Umakoti, the wife of your son. Usbali, the husband of your sister. Umakoti, the wife of your brother. Umyeni, a husband. Unkosikazi, a wife. Mngani, please remember to like, share and subscribe, and I'd appreciate some feedback. So go ahead and leave a comment below and tell me how you are finding the lessons. Ngiyabonga. Sala kahle mngani.